What does this sign mean? Right-hand lane T-junction only. Through traffic to use left lane. Right-hand lane closed ahead. 11-ton weight limit.
What does this sign mean? If we look in here, see there are 3 lanes. See, that's 1 lane, 2 lanes, and 3 lanes. And the right-hand lane is closed. We can only use the 2 left-hand lanes. موږ په دې کې کوګورو یوازې کولی شو دغه 3 لینونه دي. لیفت لین هم کلاو دی، دا میډل لین هم کلاو دی، رایټ لین چې دی دا بند دی. رایټ هینډ لین کلوز، رایټ هینډ لین closed ahead. خې لاس لین چې دی مخکې بند دی.
How would underinflated tires affect your vehicle? The vehicle's gear change mechanism would become stiff. The vehicle's headlights would aim high. The vehicle's stopping distance would increase. The flash rate of the vehicle's indicators would increase.
How would underinflated tires affect your vehicle? Underinflated tires دغه ته وي کم ټایرونو کې چې هوا کموي، هغې ته underinflated tires وي. تایرها که هوا کم داشته باشه او را underinflated tires میگن. کله چې د موټر په ټایرونو کې هوا کموي په موټر باندې څه اثر اچوي؟ The vehicle's stopping distance would increase. The vehicle's stopping distance would increase. د موټر د ودرېدو فاصله به 2 چنده وي، زیاته به وي. The vehicle stopping distance would increase زیاتولو ته وي، زیاتیږي به. وقتی که د تایرهای موتر هوا کم باشه رای که موترتان استاد میشه و زیاد میشه، چون که اگر هوا نداشته باشه. The vehicle stopping distance would increase.
A cycle lane, marked by a solid white line, is in operation. What does this mean for car drivers? They mustn't drive along the lane. They may drive in the lane at any time. They may park in the lane. They may use the lane when necessary.
A cycle lane marked by a solid white line is in operation. What does this mean for car drivers? If we look in here is a solid line. Whenever there is a solid line, we should never cross it. که دغلته موږ وګورو solid line دی که نه، مستقیم لاین دی. کله هم باید موږ د روغ لاین چی د هغې نه موږ دې خوا نشو راوختی. اگر خط ببینیم چیز است نیم قطع شدنی نیست. وقتی که خطی قطع شدنی نباشه او را باید این طرفش نبیاییم، باید را کراس نکنیم. They mustn't drive. Which one was it? No, they may park in the lane, they may use the lane. No, they must not drive along the lane. They must not drive along the lane. دغه لین دی خوا بالکل د ډرایوینګ اجازه مونږ نه لرو.
At an incident, someone is suffering from severe burns. How could you help them? Burst any blisters. Apply lotions to the injury. Douse the burns with clean, cool water. Remove anything sticking to the burns.
At an incident, someone is suffering from severe burns. How could you help them? حادثه شوی ده، یو کس سوځېدلی دی، تاسو ورسره څنګه کولی شئ کومک وکړئ؟ Douse the burns with clean, cool water. کوم ځای چې سوځېدلی باید هغې باندې یخې او پاکې اوبه واچوو. Douse the burns with clean, cool water.
What makes your tires illegal? If they were bought second hand. If they have any large, deep cuts in the side wall. If they are of different makes. If they have different tread patterns.
What makes your tires illegal? څه شی ستاسو ټایرونه غیر قانوني کولی شي؟ Yeah, well done guys. Some. Okay. If they have any large, deep cuts in the sidewall.
When should you use hazard warning lights? When your direction indicators aren't working. When you're double parked on a two-way road. When warning oncoming traffic that you intend to stop. When your vehicle has broken down and is causing an obstruction.
سام آخر کې تاسو وکړه. When should you use hazard warning lights? کله موږ د موټر د خطر لایټونه استعمالولی شو. hazard warning lights د خطر په وخت کې نه. نو دې کې خطر کم یو وخت دی. When your vehicle has broken down and is causing an obstruction. کله چې تاسو موټر خراب شوی وي او خنډ جوړي. obstruction چې دی خنډ ته وي یا د چا مخه نیولو ته obstruction وي. When your vehicle has broken down and is causing an obstruction.
What must you do when you hitch an unbraked trailer to a towing vehicle? Fit a secondary coupling device. Grease the tow ball and hitch. Make sure you can see the trailer in the mirrors. Switch off the reversing sensor on the towing vehicle.
What must you do when you hitch an unbraked trailer to a towing vehicle? کله چې موټر پسې بې بریکو ټریلر تړئ نو باید څه شی وکړئ. What must you do when you hitch an unbraked trailer to a towing vehicle? Fit a secondary coupling device. اضافي کونډه باید ولري. Fit a secondary coupling device. Coupling device کونډې ته وي. باید اضافي کونډه ولري. Fit a secondary coupling device. په کوم سوال کو پوه نشئ پلیز تاسو کوي. اگر کدام سوال نه فهمیدین پلیز پرسون کړئ.
What should you do if the left-hand pavement is closed due to street repairs? Speed up to get past the roadworks more quickly. Use your right-hand mirror more often. Watch out for pedestrians walking in the road. Position close to the left-hand curb.
What should you do if the left-hand pavement is closed due to street repairs? If the pavement or footpath is closed due to street repairs, obviously pedestrian will be walking in the road. So we have to be careful with them. ګوره که دلته وګورو pavement چې دی footpath ته وي. چې کله footpath خرابي نو پیدروي خلک باتمن په سړک کې را رواني. نو د دې د وجې باید موږ هغې ته خیال وکړو. Watch out for pedestrians walking in the road. And the reason was because the pavement is closed due to street repairs, so that's why they could be walking in the road. So watch out for pedestrians walking in the road.
Why has the line in the center of the road changed? To warn you there's a speed camera ahead. To warn of hazards ahead. To warn you not to change lanes. To warn you the speed limit has changed.
Why has the line in the center of the road changed? Okay, let's watch the video from the start. If we look at the start of the video, you see there is a big gap between the white lines, and now the gap is small. You see, whenever the gap is small between these white lines, these are called hazard lines. You see, these are called hazard line. Hazard lines are whenever the white lines are bigger and the gap is small. کله هم چې سپین خطونه غټ وي او منځ کې فاصله وړه وي هغې ته موږ د hazard line وایو. ګوره که دلته وګورو دلته د منځ کې فاصله زیاته ده د اول کې. لږ مخکې چې لاړ شي دلته د خطونو منځ کې فاصله کمه شي او خطونه غټ شي سپین خطونه. دې ته hazard line وایي. Now why has the line in the center of the road changed? Because of the hazard. To warn of hazards ahead. And what was the hazard in this video? You can see there is a crossroad and double bend. See? This is crossroad. This is crossroad. And there is a bend there. So to warn of hazards ahead.
Why should you allow extra room while overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? The rider may be blown in front of you. The rider may be traveling faster than normal. The rider may turn off suddenly to get out of the wind. The rider may stop suddenly.
Why should you allow extra room while overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? کله چې شمال لګیږي او تاسو د موټرسایکل نه غواړئ اوورټیک وکړئ یا مخکې شئ نو ولې باید ورسره ډیره فاصله موږ وساتو؟ The rider may be blown in front of you. The rider may be blown in front of you. کېدای شي شمال چې دی دا موټرسایکل سوار ستاسو مخې ته راټېله نه کړي د دې د وجې باید موږ ډېره فاصله ورسره وساتو. The rider may be blown in front of you.
What does this sign mean? Leave at the next exit. Change to the left-hand lane. One-way street. Contraflow system.
What does this sign mean? You see, this is a contraflow system sign. ګوره دا د contraflow system sign دی خو یو خبرې ته مو خیال وي دا شیپ چې دی دا ډفرنٹ کیدی شي لکه مثال زه تاسو ته لکه دا وګورئ. You see, it could be different shape as well. You see, this is also contraflow sign. These are also contraflow signs. Okay, that's also contraflow sign, just to let you know. It could be different shape. ګوره دا چې دی دا هم contraflow sign دی ښه دا کو ګورو دغه هم contraflow sign دی نو contraflow sign different کیدی شي خو دغه عمره ده چې دا هم په ذهن کې یاد ولرئ چې زیړ بیکګراوند لري تور غشي او په بیکګراوند کې سور رنګ هم لري. اوکې نو دا چې دی contraflow system دی contraflow system. وعلیکم السلام.
How should you position yourself when you use the emergency telephone on a motorway? Stand on the hard shoulder. Keep your back to the traffic. Face the oncoming traffic. Stay close to the carriageway.
Salam Jamshedjan. How should you position yourself when you use emergency telephone on a motorway? تاسو چې کله په موټروي باندې ټلیفون استعمالوئ نو باید سره قم ودرېږئ مخه مو کم خوا وي یا سترګې مو چاته وي. کله هم چې موږ په موټروي باندې ټلیفون استعمالو نو باید موږ مخه چې دی کم ساید نه چې traffic را رواني باید هماغه ساید ته وي. Okay, so what should you do? You should be facing the traffic, and the reason why should you facing the traffic? So you know what's happening on the motorway. In case if anyone lose control of their vehicle, you should be able to see it. سوال است که وقتی که در موتروی تلفن ایمرجنسی تلفن استعمال میکنین باید چطور استارت شوین؟ باید طرف ترافیک باشین. از خاطری چی؟ از خاطری که اگر کدام درایور کنترلشون از دست بره باید ببینین که چی از چی نیست. از او خاطر باید طرف ترافیک ببینین. Face oncoming traffic. Oncoming traffic. oncoming trafficی که طرفی تو میای او را oncoming traffic میگن. باید سر کمون ودریگو باید زمون مخه چی ده traffic طرف دوی کم ساید نه چی traffic را روانی. Face the oncoming traffic. کوشش کوید ده جواب علت باید تاسو تا پتی چی ده صد وجه ده جواب ده. باید فکرتان باشه که اکثر جوابا که هست علت داره ریزن داره باید ریزنش هم بفهمین. ریزنی چی بود؟ که وقتی که باید ببینین که اگر کدام درایور کنترلشان از دست میره که باید خود را نجات بدین اگر کدام دیگه گپ باشه از او خاطر. So why we face the oncoming traffic? In case if any driver lose control, you should be able to save yourself. Okay, face the oncoming traffic.
Why should you switch your headlights on when it first starts to get dark? So that you blend in with other drivers. To make your dials easier to see. Because the street lights are lit. So others can see you more easily.
Why should you switch your headlights on when it first starts to get dark? څنګه چې تیاره شروع شي ولې باید موږ headlights on وساتو؟ Romana, if you have any question, you can ask at the end, okay? Why? So others can see you more easily. ترسو نور مو په اسانۍ سره ولیدل شي. چرا باید وقتی که تاریکی شروع میشه هدلایتس باید روشن کنیم تا که دیگر درایورها با آسانی مرا دیده بتانن. So others can see you more easily.
You're turning right from a main road into a side road. There's no oncoming traffic. What should you do if pedestrians are standing on the pavement waiting to cross the side road? Wait and give way to the pedestrians. Turn in because the pedestrians are safe on the pavement. Sound your horn to alert the pedestrians to your presence. Wave at the pedestrians, inviting them to cross the road.
You're turning right from a main road into a side road. There is no oncoming traffic. What should you do if pedestrians are standing on the pavement waiting to cross the side road? تاسو غواړئ ساید روډ ته تاو شئ خو هلته پیدروي خلک ولاړ دي غواړي سړک نه واوړي نو باید تاسو څه شی وکړئ باید ورته اجازه ورکړئ چې سړک نه واوړي نه سوالی است که شما در یک خود سرک دار میخورین اوجا مردم استاد است که از سرک تیر شوه باید چی کنین؟ باید برایشان اجازه بدین که تیر شونی wait and give way to the pedestrians انتظار کنین و برایشان راه بدین که از تیر شوه wait and give way to the pedestrians.
What should you do when leaving your vehicle parked and unattended? Park near a busy junction. Park in a housing estate. Leave the left indicator on. Lock it and remove the key.
Mubarak Ahmad Jan. What should you do when leaving a vehicle parked and unattended? تاسو خپل موټر چیرته ودروئ یوازې unattended یوازې ته وي unattended معنیش تنها اگر موترتان یک جای پارک میکنین و تنها میمانین باید چی کنین lock it and remove the key باید قلفش کنین و کلی را بکشین باید بندی کو قلفی کو او کلیتی و باسو lock it and remove the key.
What should you do if a tire bursts while you're driving? Brake as quickly as possible. Continue on at a normal speed. Pull up slowly at the side of the road. Pull on the parking brake.
What should you do if tire bursts while you're driving? تاسو driving کوئ او موتر تیرم پنچر شي burst پنچریدو ته burst means punctured if it gets punctured what would you do? Pull up slowly at the side of the road پارام سره با د سړک غاړې ته ودرېږئ pull up slowly at the side of the road. Guys, if you have any question, if I didn't explain anything, you can ask at the end. Just write down the question number and you can ask at the end.
Why do motorcyclists wear bright clothing? The colors are popular. To make them more visible. They must do so by law. It helps keep them cool in summer.
Why do motorcyclists wear bright clothing? Motorcycle sawaran rokhana jami wali achai. See bright clothing, let me just show you a picture so you guys know what they're talking about. They're talking about these clothes. So why they wearing these? Why they wear these? So others can see them more easily. Why do motorcyclists wear bright clothing? To make them more visible. To make them more visible.
At an incident, it's important to look after any casualties. What should you do with them when the area is safe? Keep them where they are. Move them away from the vehicles. Ask them how it happened. Give them something to eat.
No, Mikhail. At an incident, it's important to look after any casualties. What should you do with them when the area is safe? حادثه شوی ده و دا ډیر ضروری ده چې څوک زخمیان وي باید د هغې خیال وساتو. What should you do with them when the area is safe? چې ساحه امنه وي څه خطر نه وي په هغه صورت کې باید موږ څه شی وکړو. سوال است که حادثه شده باید چیز کنیم خاطرداری که مردمی که زخمی شده باید کتشان کمک کنین. What should you do with them when the area is safe? باید در او وقت چی کنیم وقتی که ساحه تامین باشه اگر کدام پرابلم نباشه در او صورت باید چی کنیم keep them where they are هر جای که هست باید همونجا بانشان and the reason why should we keep them where they are because If we move them, that could worsen their injuries. That's why we should keep them where they are. ګوره چې کوم ځای کې حادثه شوي او سم مخکې څه خطر نه د اور لګېدو خطرې نه کس په موټر کې ناست وي په موټر کې ورته اور لګېدلی چې هلته اور والي چې داسې څه خطر کوم کس چې زخمي ته نه پیښیږي نو باید د یو ځینې بل خواته نه کړو او وجه څه ده ځکه چې یو څوک چې خوږ شوی وي هغه که تاسو د یو ځینې خواته کوئ بل ځای ته کیدای شي زخمونه بدتر نشي د دې د وجې نه باید چې چېرته وي همالته یې پرېږدو keep them where they are and علتش چی بود که در هر جایی که هست باید اموجا بانشان تا که اگر زخمی است اینجا نوشته از casualty زخمی است اگر زخماش بدتر نشه از او خاطر
When are you allowed to park in a parking bay for disabled drivers? When you have an adapted vehicle. When you have a blue badge. When you have a wheelchair. When you have an advanced driver certificate.
When are you allowed to park in a parking bay for disabled people? Disabled drivers. When you have a blue badge. کله چې موږ بلو باج لرو په هغه صورت کې موږ کولی شو د معیوبینو په پارکینګ ځای کې خپل موټر ودرو when you have a blue badge and blue badge is given to disabled drivers by DVLA that's where they can park their vehicle in disabled parking bay so when you have a blue badge
You're having difficulty finding a parking space in a busy town. Can you park on the zigzag lines of a zebra crossing? No, not unless you stay with your car. Yes, in order to drop off a passenger. No, not under any circumstances. Yes, if you don't block people from crossing.
You're having difficulty finding parking space in a busy town. Can you park on zigzag lines of a zebra crossing? Never. See, let me just show you the zigzag lines so you guys know what they're talking about. Where are zigzag lines? Okay, you see, they're talking about these zigzag lines. See, these are these zigzag lines. Can we park in here? Never. Never. You see, next to the zebra crossing, these are white. And outside the school, you will see these are yellow outside the school. And we are not allowed to park in there. What is that zigzag line دی دغلطه مونږ هیڅ کله هم پارکینګ نشو کولی okay see these are outside the school these are yellow and this is still the same thing we are not allowed to park in there the school د مکتب بار چې دی دا زیړ خط کې وي او د دغه سره چې وي د سپین وي زیبرا کراسینګ سره دغلطه مونږ ته بالکل د پارکینګ اجازه نه وي Okay, so the answer was no, not under any circumstances. His kala hum په یو صورت کې هم هلته مونږ موټر نشو پارک کولی
You're at a junction controlled by traffic lights. When should you wait at a green light? When you think the lights may be about to change. When your exit from the junction is blocked. When pedestrians are waiting to cross. When you intend to turn right.
You're at a junction controlled by traffic lights. When should you wait at a green light? Okay. When your exit from the junction is blocked. Guys, do you understand what does it mean? What does it mean, this one? When your exit from the junction is blocked. Puigi pa di samana da? Guys, do you understand what it really means when your exit from the junction is blocked? No? Alright, let me just explain this, guys. Guys, if you don't understand, make sure you understand exactly what they're saying, okay? Here we go. If you look in here, the light is green. The light is green. And if this driver wanted to go straight, if this driver wanted to turn left, can he pass the green light or not? If this driver wanted to turn left, can he go? The answer is yes. Why? Because the driver's exit is not blocked. See? He can. Why? Because the exit is not blocked. But can he go straight? Can this driver go straight? آیا دا driver کولی شي مخامخ لاړ شي؟ امی driver آیا این driver میتونه straight بره یا نه؟ امی traffic light هم green است. Guys, what do you think? Can this driver go straight while the light is green? No. Why? No, he can't. No. No. And the reason is there is a vehicle blocking his road. So the exit is blocked. That's what it means. Okay? The exit is blocked. That's why he can't pass the green light. And the reason is because his exit is blocked. دا نشي کولی چې مخکې لاړ سي. ولې؟ ځکه د دې exit چې دی بند ده. کم طرف ته چې کمې لارې ته چې دا ځي هغه لاره بنده ده. هلته مخکې نه موټر ولاړ دی. Guys, did you get that? Yep. Okay, so when your exit from the junction is blocked. Okay, guys, make sure you understand what exactly they're saying. Okay, Faruqi.
What's a rumble device designed to do? Prevent cattle escaping. Alert you to low tire pressure. Alert you to a hazard. Give directions.
What's rumble device designed to do? Rumble چې دی پښتو کې مونږ rumble چغې وهلو ته rumble وایو. Rumble device designed to do. Rumble ولې دی ته rumble وایي؟ Rumble device ولې دی ته ګوره دا چې دی کله هم چې موټر د دې د پاسه ورشي دا ډېر داسې تقریبا دا داسې عام رنګ نه دی. دا ډېر دغه وي thick وي. کله چې هم موټر د دې د پاسه ورځي موټر ډېر زیات خورېږي ګړبا کوي. نو دې تا مجبورۍ چې خپل سپیډ مو راکم کوي. You see this yellow paint is not just a normal paint. It's very thick paint. And whenever you're driving over a rumble device, it makes your car shake so much it makes you slow down. And the reason why they are there so you don't end up in a high speed inside the roundabout. And if you look in there is a roundabout there. Guys, can you see there is a roundabout and these are here so you can reduce your speed. دا څه دپاره دلته لګولي تر څو موږ خپل سپیډ راکم کو او roundabout ته په ډېر سپیډ کې دننه لاړ نشو. Rumble device. What's the rumble device designed to do? Alert you to a hazard. And what's the hazard in this picture? Does anyone know what's the hazard in this picture? Does anyone know what's the hazard in this picture? The hazard is roundabout. There is a roundabout. That's a hazard. And also, for the same question, there is another answer, which is to make you aware of your speed. د دې سوال یو بل جواب هم دی چې کوم دغه دی چې تاسو د خپل سپیډ نه خبر کی. هم د دې یو سوال جواب دی. To make you aware of your speed. Well done, Ghafar. Guys, could you please everyone just share the live once? Could you please everyone just share the live once? And if any one of you did not follow me, please do follow, guys. Thank you.
You want to turn right from a junction. What should you do if your view is restricted by parked vehicles? Sound your horn and pull out if there's no reply. Stop, get out and look along the main road to check. Move out quickly, but be prepared to stop. Stop, then move forward slowly until you have a clear view.
You want to turn right from a junction. What should you do if your view is restricted by parked vehicles? Yeah, well done. Stop, then move forward slowly until you have a clear view. Tasu yo salamuna. تاسو یو ځای کې تاویږئ خپلته موټرې ولاړې دي، تاسو سړک درته نه ښکارېږي، نو په هغه صورت کې باید موږ څه شی وکړو؟ په ارام ارام باید مخکې لاړ شو تر څو سړک صحیح ولیدلی شو. Stop and then move forward slowly until you have a clear view.
What does this sign mean? Two-way traffic. You have priority. No overtaking. No motor vehicles.
What does this sign mean? That's no overtaking. دلته موږ نشو کولی مخکې لاړ شو. Overtake وکړو.
When may you use hazard warning lights? When your direction indicators aren't working. When driving on a motorway to warn traffic behind of a hazard ahead. When you're double parked on a two-way road. When warning oncoming traffic that you intend to stop.
When may you use hazard warning lights? Oh, we had this question earlier as well. No, Rahmati, that's a wrong answer. ګوره ښه پوهېږي دا ولې غلط دی. ګوره کله مونږ چې هزر لایټس استعمالو که نه، مونږ هزر لایټس د دې دپاره استعمالو تر څو مونږ پسې چې کم شاته ټرافیک وي هغې ته مونږ خبرداری ورکوو چې مخکې خطر دی. اکثر خلک دې کې غلطیږي. هغې چې دی ګوره دلته ویلي دي چې when warning oncoming traffic that you intend to stop. کله چې تا مخامخ نه چې کم ټرافیک را رواني هغې ته خبرداری ورکوي چې ته ودرېږي. نو کله هم چې موږ هزر لایټ استعمالو موږ د مخامخ نه چې ټرافیک را رواني د هغې دپاره نه استعمالو، موږ یې د هغې ټرافیک دپاره استعمالو کوم چې موږ پسې شاته را روان وي. او دا اون کمینګ ټرافیک چې دی، اون کمینگ traffic هغه traffic ته وی کوم چې مخامخ نه را رواني. همین فکرتون باشه اون کمینگ traffic که از ترافیکی که از روبرو طرف ما میآید او را اون کمینگ traffic میگه. وقتی که ما hazard lights استعمال میکنیم ما hazard lights برای ترافیکی که پشت ما باشه، behind باشه، نه که روبروی ما باشه. از او خاطر امی چهارم از او خاطر غلط است. when warning oncoming traffic. when driving on a motorway to warn traffic behind. صحیح کو خو behind ترافیکی پشت ما است نه که روبروی ماست. همین فرق داره می دو جوابا. ګوره دې دوه جوابونه کې فقط دغه فرق دی چې دې کې وی مخامخ نه چې کوم ټرافیک را رواني او دا بلکې وی چې شاته نه موږ پسې کوم ټرافیک موږ هغې ته خبرداری ورکو.
You want to turn left at this junction. What should you do if your view of the main road is restricted? Stop and apply the parking brake even if the road is clear. Approach slowly and edge out until you can see more clearly. Build up your speed so that you can emerge quickly. Stay well back and wait to see if anything comes.
You want to turn left at this junction. What should you do if your view of the main road is restricted? تاسو غواړئ دلته چپ طرف ته تاو شئ خو مخه مو بندئ، سړک درته نه ښکاري، نو باید څه شی وکړئ؟ رازق خان well done. What should we do? Approach slowly and edge out until you can see more clearly. Oh, well done Javed Noor. Restricted دغه ته وی restriction یو څه نه چې منع شوی هغې ته restriction وی. Your view of the main road is restricted. ستا لید چې دی بند شوی دی، لکه ګوره که دې چپ طرف ته وګورو دغلته دغه نه ونې غوندې دي نه، نو موږ نشو لیدلی. restriction دغه ته وی چې یو شی مخه دې ونیسي هغې ته restriction وی. نو په دې صورت کې باید موږ څه شی وکړو؟ approach slowly and edge out until you can see more clearly. په ورو ورو باید مخکې لاړ شو تر څو موږ ته صحیح سړک صحیح ښکاره سي. Oh, the question was, you want to turn left and because you can't see the road properly. What should you do? You should slowly edge out, slowly approach slowly and edge out until you can see more clearly. So slowly move forward so you can until you see the road properly. Edge دغه ته وي سنډې ته وي غاړې ته. edge out بیرون وتلو ته وي او edge چې دی سنډې ته وي. کرکټ کې مونږ نه کتلې کله چې بال د بیټ نه معمولی شان ته ولګي ته وي edge یې وکړو د سنډې نه چې ولګي نو edge سنډې ته وي سایډ یا کورنر ته edge.
Which vehicles aren't allowed to use the right-hand lane of a 3-lane motorway? Motorcycle and sidecar outfits. Vehicles towing a trailer. Small delivery vans. Motorcycles.
Which vehicles are not allowed to use the right-hand lane of a 3-lane motorway? The answer is vehicles towing a trailer. And what's the reason why when you're towing a vehicle you're not allowed to use the right-hand lane? And the reason for that is when we're towing a trailer, what's the maximum speed when you're towing a trailer on a motorway? Does anyone know the maximum speed when you're towing a trailer? ګوره چې کله 3 لینه موټروی وي رایټ هینډ لین مونږ ټریلر چې کوم موټر پسې مونږ تړلی وي مونږ نشو یوز کولی رایټ هینډ لین او ریزن and the reason is څه شی دی ځکه مونږ ته د 60 نه مخکې سپیډ الاود نه دی. You see, when you're towing a trailer, why you cannot use the right hand lane? Because we are not allowed to drive over 60 miles and the right hand lane is an overtaking lane. So that's why we can't use the right hand lane. Okay, so vehicle towing a trailer.
What should you remove from your car before leaving it unattended? The car dealer's details. The service record. The vehicle registration document. The owner's manual.
What should you remove from your vehicle before leaving it unattended? کله چې خپل موټر چرته یوازې پرېږدئ څه شی باید د موټر نه مو اخوا کوئ څه شی باید په موټر کې پرېنږدئ. The vehicle registration document. And why the vehicle registration document? Because if someone finds your vehicle with the registration document, they could easily dispose it off. ګوره چې کله مونږ موټر چرته یوازې پرېږدو نو څه شی باید بانکې مونږ پرېنږدو د موټر چې کوم کاغذونه دي او وجه څه ده ځکه چې ستاسو موټر سره د کاغذونو چاته په لاس ورشي نو ډېر په اسانۍ کولی شي چې خرڅ کړي د دې د وجې اگر موټر یې تان vehicle registration document کاتالوگ بوک اگر در دست کس بیه با آسانی میتونه که او را بفروشن. از او خاطر باید لاگ بوک تان در موتر نبانین. لاگ بوک را چیزم میگه vehicle registration document میگه یا V5C میگه.
You're joining a motorway from a slip road. How should you deal with traffic already on the motorway? Use the slip road to accelerate until you're moving much faster than the motorway traffic. Stop at the end of the slip road and look for a safe gap. Match your speed to traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. Carry on along the hard shoulder until you see a safe gap.
You're joining a motorway from a slip road. How should you deal with traffic already on the motorway? تاسو slip road نه motorway ته نوځئ چې کم موټر په motorway باندې دي هغې سره باید څنګه څه برخورد وکړئ. The answer is match your speed to the traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. Guys, do you understand what does it really means? پوهیږئ دې څه معنی ده؟ Match your speed to the traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. No. That's fine. Okay. So this is slip road. ګورخه سوال دا دی چې تاسو کله د slip road نه موټروی ته نوځئ دغه slip road دی اوس دغه فکر وکړه دغه ستا دا وین ستاسو موټر دی نو تاسو غواړئ چې موټروی ته نوځئ کمې موټرې چې په دغه باندې دي په موټروی کې د هغې سره باید موږ څنګه برخورد وکړو. اوس که دغه وین ستاسو موټر وي نو باید تاسو څه شی وکړئ خپل سرعت دغومره کوئ چې څومره په دې موټروي کې چې دا لیفت هند لین کې کوم موټر روانې لکه دا جیپ چې په کم سپیډ کې روان دی باید ستا سپیډ هم د دې مطابق شي چې څومره دیر په کم سپیډ کې رواني هماغومره سپیډ کې باید تاسو هم روان شئ او چې کله هم ستاسو سپیډ دغومره شي او کم ځای کې هم خالیګاه ولیدله نو هماغلته ننوځئ باید وقتی که از سلیپ رود در موتروی میرین باید چی کنیم؟ باید سرعت ما مثل سرعتی که در موتروی که ترافیک است عموق باشه پس از هر جایی که خالی جا پیدا کردین باید اوجا داخل شوید match your speed to the traffic in the left hand lane and find a safe gap match your speed to the traffic in the left hand lane and filter into a safe gap سلامونه شینواری څنګه چلی
Why should you never wave people across at pedestrian crossings? They may not be looking. It's safer for you to carry on. Another vehicle may be coming. They may not be ready to cross.
څنګه مې میچ کوو خو چې میچ کول یو برابر ته وي چې څومره سپیډ ستا یا هغومره باید د هغې کې Why should you never wave people across at pedestrians crossing? چې په پیدروي کې ولاړ یاستئ pedestrian crossing کې یا zebra crossing کې ولې باید چاته موږ په لاس اشاره ونه کړو چې سړک نه بل خوا واوړي So why should we never wave? Because another vehicle may be coming. Another vehicle may be coming کېدای شي بل موټر رانه اوس تاسو په روان یاستئ زیبرا کراسینګ دی که ته درېږې که نه اوس ته ودرېدلې کس هلته ولاړ دی ته به بالکل ورته اشاره نه کوې ځکه که ته ورته اشاره وکړې او بل سیر نه بل موټر راسي نو د هغې تاسو ژوند په خطر کې اچوئ د دې د وجې به بالکل اشاره نه کوئ وقتی که د کراسینگ پدسترین کراسینگ باشه یا زیبرا کراسینگ باشه اگر کس میخواه از سرک تیر شود اگر شما استاد میشین که برایشان راه بدین باید اشاره نکنین کتی دست همی ویو که است کتی دست اشاره کردن ویو میگه کتی دست اشاره نکنی از خاطری چی؟ از خاطری که شما خود استاد هستین میشه که از دیگه طرف موتر بیا یعنی از او خاطر باید برایش اشاره نکنین که از سرک تیر شود Another vehicle may be coming
You're looking for somewhere to safely park your vehicle. Where would you choose to park? At or near a bus stop? In a designated parking space? On the approach to a level crossing? Near the brow of a hill?
You're looking for somewhere to safely park your vehicle. Where would you choose to park? Yeah. No. فاروقی ګوره ښه near a brow of a hill چې دی کوم ځای کې چې سړک داسې پاس تللی وي بیا لاندې شوی وي هغې ته brow of a hill وایي هلته موږ ته اجازت نشته دی ګوره where would you choose to park کوم ځای کې تاسو به خوښوئ یا مختص کوئ چې موټر پارک کړئ دلته یې نشئ پارکولی وجه څه ده ځکه کوم ځای کې چې سړک پاس تللی وي او بیرته لاندې شوی وي په چړۍ کې تاسو موټر پارک کړئ شانه چې کوم موټر راځي او هغه غواړي اوورټیک وکړي نو هغې ته مخامخ نه چې کوم موټر راځي هغې ته نه ښکاري ځکه چړۍ ده که نه نو د دې د وجې په چړۍ کې موږ موټر نشو ودرولی You see guys remember this question comes in a test where it says where should you not park your vehicle ګوره په ټیسټ کې راځي چې کوم ځای کې باید تاسو خپل موټر پارک نه کړئ نو هغې کې بیا جواب دا راځي چې near a brow of a hill هلته دا اپشن ورکوي دام صحیح راځي بیا on the approach to a level crossing دام صحیح راځي at 8 or near a bus stop دام صحیح راځي ګوره ښه remember guys if a question comes where you should not park your vehicle the answer will be near a bus stop or an approach to a level crossing or near the brow of a hill we are not allowed to park in here and where are we allowed to park? In a designated parking space.
What does this sign mean? Adverse camber. Steep hill upwards. Steep hill downwards. Uneven road.
What does this sign mean? Oh, well done guys. That's a steep hill downwards.
What should you do when you're approaching this crossing? Continue unless the pedestrians step out. Prepare to slow down and stop. Stop and wave the pedestrians across. Speed up and pass by quickly.
What should you do when you're approaching this crossing? The zebra crossing ته چې ورسیږي نو باید څه شی وکړي؟ د اینجا باید ما چی کنیم؟ نکو جمشید جان تشکر نکو. What should you do when you're approaching this crossing? We should allow this pedestrian to cross in. مکوی لکه باید موږ څه شی وکړو دغې ته اجازه ورکړو. So what should we do? Prepare to slow down and stop. باید تیار اوسیږو تر څو ورو شو او ودرېږو. Prepare to slow down and stop.
Who has priority at an unmarked crossroads? The faster vehicle. The smaller vehicle. The larger vehicle. No one has priority.
Who has priority at an unmarked crossroad? Unmarked crossroad come crossroad ki chi nakhi navi. Unmarked crossroad, guys, let me just show you so you know which crossroad they're talking about. Unmarked crossroad. See, that's unmarked crossroad. See, there is no traffic light, there's no give way sign, so that's unmarked crossroad. Be nakhi salor lari chidi daghe ne nakhi nastapi. Give way sign nishta, traffic light nishta, no that chidi unmarked crossroad. Who has priority at unmarked crossroad? No one has priority. Priority اوليت حق لرلو ته priority وي. کم ځای کې کم crossroad کې یا چارای کې چې نخې نه وي هلته د چا اول حق کېږي د هیچ چا هم نه کېږي. مطلب دا دی چې هلته باید موږ ډېر احتیاط وکړو ځکه کېدای شي د هر طرف نه موټر راسي.
Why has the tractor got flashing amber lights? To warn you it has a wide load. To warn you it's a slow-moving vehicle. To tell you not to overtake. To warn you it's breaking down.
Why has the tractor got flashing amber light? The tractor wali da zero light lari. To warn you it's a slow-moving vehicle. All the slow-moving vehicle will have flashing amber lights. That could be anything. That could be tractor. That could be like this. You see, flashing amber light, flashing amber light. And if it's a doctor, you see, doctor car will have green light. Doctor green, all the slow-moving vehicle amber, and all the emergency services they will have blue light. Emergency services چې دی هغه ټول آبي رنگ لایټونه لري. ډاکټر گرین او چې څومره کم سرعت موټر دی هغه چې دی امبر لایټ. Okay. So why has the tractor got flashing amber light? One, it's a slow moving vehicle to so تاسو ته خبرداری درکړي چې دا کم سرعت موټر دی.
Why are these yellow lines painted across the road? To make you aware of your speed. To tell you the distance to the roundabout. To help you choose the correct lane. To help you keep the correct separation distance.
Why are these yellow lines painted across the road? See, these are also called rumble devices. Well, we had this question earlier. The answer was to alert you to a hazard. And now it says to make you aware of your speed. That's the part دی تر څو موږ د خپل سپیډ نه خبر کړو. موږ به څنګه خبرې ګوره داسې دی دا ډېر ډبل رنګ وي. کله هم چې موټر د دې د پاسه ورځي موټر ډېر زیات خورېږي چې څومره ستاسو سپیډ زیات وي هغومره به ستاسو موټر ډېر شور کوي. تاسو مجبوری چې خپل سرعت هم راکم کړئ. To make you aware of your speed.
What does this road marking mean? No overtaking allowed. Don't cross the line. You're approaching a hazard. No stopping allowed.
What does this road marking mean? Okay guys, if we look in here, Is the white lines bigger or the gap is bigger? Which one is bigger? Is the white lines bigger or the gap? کدلته مونږ وګورو دا سپین خطونه غټ دي او که منځ کې دا فاصله غټه ده. سپین خطونه غټ دي او که منځ کې فاصله. دا سپین خطونه غټ دي نه. کله هم چې دا سپین خطونه غټ وي او منځ کې فاصله کم وي دې ته hazard lines وي. Remember guys, whenever these white lines are bigger and the gap is small, these are called hazard lines. And what's the hazard in this picture? Does anyone know what's the hazard in this picture? په دې عکس کې خطر څه شی دی؟ دلته وګورو. Bend, exactly. The bend. Well done guys. څنګه سړک تاو شوی دی. You're approaching her.
How should you load your trailer? Put heavy items at the back. Put heavy items in the corners. Put heavy items at the front. Put heavy items over the axle. S.
How should you load your trailer? Put heavy items over the axle. And the reason why should we put heavy items over the axle? So the weight is evenly distributed between the wheels. The axle د پاسه ګوره چې کله موږ په ټریلا کې وزن اچو باید څنګه واچو؟ باید د اکسل د پاسه کمانې اکسل کمانې ته وي او وجه څه ده؟ تر څو وزن چې دی په دواړو ټیرونو باندې صحیح تقسیم شي. چرا باید د سری کمان اکسل که است کمانی را میگه چرا در اوجا سامان بانین تا که همی وزن که است یک جا صحیح تقسیم شود کت تایرا. از او خاطر باید در سر کمانی وزن بانیم. Put heavy items over the axle. د کمانی د پاسه کمزه که چه کمانی وی التا باید من سامان کیدو ترسو وزن یو رقم تقسیم شه په تیرونو باندې.
You're waiting to emerge from a junction. The windscreen pillar is restricting your view. What should you be particularly aware of? Coaches, buses, lorries, motorcyclists.
You're waiting to emerge from a junction. The windscreen pillar is restricting your view. What should you be particularly aware of? Motorcyclists. Guys, do you know why motorcyclists? پوهیږي ولې motorcycle سواران؟ Guys, do you know why motorcyclists? Because motorcycles can easily hide behind your windscreen pillar. ګوره ولی کمزې کې چې جنکشن وي یا سړک تاو شوی وي الته باید ولی د موټر سایکل سوارانو سره مونږ گزاره وکړو یا ډیر احتیاط وکړو ځکه چې کو دلته مونږ وګورو ګوره دا سره ساحه چې ده ښي لاسته او دا سره ساحه چپ لاسته چې ده دا مونږ د دې وینسکرین پیلر د وجې مونږ نشو لیدلی. دا وینسکرین پیلر دا مخامخ د موټر غټه شیشه چې کم دغه رانیولي پیلرز هغې ته وینسکرین پیلرز وایي. نو د دې وینسکرین پیلر د وجې مونږ نه دا ساحه لیدلی شو او نه مونږ دا ساحه لیدلی شو. نو د دې د وجې په جنکشنو کې یا په بینډز کې کوم ځای کې چې سړک ګولایي وي هلته باید سایکل سوار یا موټر سایکل سوارانو سره مونږ ډېر احتیاط وکړو ځکه چې دغه وینسکرین پیلر زمونږ مخه بندوي او مونږ ته به نه ښکاري. Okay, so motorcyclists, and the reason was because they can easily hide behind this windscreen pillar.
You're leaving your vehicle parked on a road and unattended. When may you leave the engine running? When parked in a 20 miles per hour zone. If you'll be parking for less than 5 minutes. Never if you're away from the vehicle. If the battery keeps going flat.
You're leaving a vehicle parked on a road and unattended. When may you leave the engine running? تاسو خپل موټر چیرته ودروئ او پریږدئ یوازې. کله کولی شئ چې موټر هم چالان پریږدئ. Never if you are away from the vehicle. هر وقتی که موترتان یک جای پارک میکنین تنها میمانین باید بندش کنین چالان نبانید. Never if you are away from the vehicle. هیڅ کله هم نه چې تاسو د موټر نه لرې هستئ. هیچ وقتی نه از وقتی که از موتور دور می باشین باید چالان نبانید.
What should you do when you park at night on a road that has a 40 miles per hour speed limit? Park near a street light. Leave parking lights switched on. Leave dipped headlights switched on. Park facing the traffic.
What should you do when you park at night on a road that has a 40 mile per hour speed limit? تاسو کله موټر په یو سړک ودروئ چېرته چې سپیډ لیمټ 40 وي د شپې، نو باید تاسو څه وکړئ؟ Leave parking lights switched on. Will you leave the parking lights switched on for the whole night or no? آیا تاسو به خپل د موټر پارکینګ لایټس د ټولې شپې دپاره چالان ساتئ یا نه؟ ستاسو جواب به څه شي وي؟ Yes, you will leave the parking lights switched on for the whole night. And the reason is, you see, parking lights, they do not take that much electricity, so they don't take that much charge. So that's no problem. It's not going to drain the battery. So leave parking lights switched on.
You're towing a trailer along a 3-lane motorway. When may you use the right-hand lane? When there's slow-moving traffic. When there are lane closures. When you can maintain a high speed. When large vehicles are in the left and center lanes.
You're towing a trailer along a 3-lane motorway. When may you use the right-hand lane? Normally, we are not allowed to use the right-hand lane. When may you use the right-hand lane? When there are lane closures. Guys, do you understand what does it mean when there are lane closures? When there are lane closures. So, for example, if they close the lanes for road works or if an accident happens, لکه ګوره چې کله په موټروی باندې نور لینونه بند کړي وي اکسیډنټ د وجې یا چې دی just a second guys. Okay, if this happens, if they close the lane like this, can we use the right hand lane? What would be the answer? Yes. See, so if they close this lane, can we use the right hand lane? Answer is yes. Okay, when there are lane closures. Janan sinf Nevala.
Which vehicle will use a blue flashing beacon? Snowplow. Bomb disposal. Motorway maintenance. Breakdown recovery.
Which vehicle will use blue flashing beacon? B قسم دغه چې دی لایټونه کم موټر باندې وي. Hello Umrah, how are you? That's bomb disposal. Why? Because they are part of the emergency services. They're part of the police force. That's why they will have blue flashing beacon. It's good to see you after a long time.
You're driving with your front fog lights switched on. What should you do if the fog has cleared? Leave them on if other drivers have their lights on. Flash them to warn oncoming traffic that it's foggy. Drive with them on instead of your headlights. Switch them off as long as visibility remains good.
You're driving with your front fog lights switched on. What should you do if the fog has cleared? تا د فوق چې دی غبار ته وي، غبار وي، ګرد وي، څه ورته وایي موږ پښتو کې. تا د غبار یا د ګرد لایټونه لګولي دي او ګرد یا غبار ختم شو، په هغه صورت کې باید موږ څه شی وکړو؟ باید بند یې کړو نه. So switch them off as long as visibility remains good. بند یې کړئ تر څو پورې چې ستاسو لید صحیح وي، کتلی شئ، نو باید هغه بند وساتئ. Guys, could you please everyone just share the live once? Could you please everyone share the live? And if any one of you did not follow me, please do follow, guys. Thank you.
You want to travel on the A61. Which lane should you use at the roundabout? Only the middle lane. Either the middle lane or right lane. Either the left lane or middle lane. Only the left lane.
You want to travel on the A61. Which lane should you use at the roundabout? Okay, let's watch the video again. See, it's A61 on the left and A61 in the middle. So either the left lane or middle lane.
What can you do to help prevent tiredness on a long journey? Take regular refreshment breaks. Complete the journey without stopping. Play loud music in the car. Eat a large meal before driving.
What can you do to help prevent tiredness on a long journey? کله چې په غټ سفر ځئ باید څه شی وکړئ چې ستړي نشئ. چې کله په غټ سفر ځئ باید څه شی وکړئ چې ستړي نشئ. Take regular refreshment breaks. باید ځای په ځای دمه وکړئ. Take regular refreshment breaks.
You're driving past parked cars. What should you do if you see a bicycle wheel sticking out between the cars? Accelerate past quickly and sound your horn. Slow down and wave the cyclist across. Slow down and be prepared to stop for a cyclist. Brake sharply and flash your headlights.
You're driving past parked cars. What should you do if you see a bicycle wheel sticking out between the cars? کله تاسو ډرایوینګ کوئ موټران د سړک غاړې ته موټرې ولاړې دي تاسو د سایکل ټیر ولیدو نو باید څه شی وکړئ slow down and be prepared to stop for the cyclist باید ورو شو او تیار اوسیږو چې سایکل سوار ته ودرېږو slow down and be prepared to stop for a cyclist.
What does this sign mean? Wait at the crossroads. Give way to farm vehicles. Wait at the barriers. Give way to trams.
What does this sign mean? Remember guys, this is the sign for level crossing without gate or barrier. دا sign چې دی د هغه level crossing دی چې چیرته gate نه وي او یا څه barrier نه وي. This is the sign for level crossing without gate or barrier, okay? So the answer is دا ساين چې دی دا ساين په هغه ځای کې وي کوم ځای کې چې لیول کراسینګ گیټ او یا بیریر نه لري نو باید په داسې ځای کې موږ څه شی وکړو give way to trams okay give way to trams. Any question guys about this one because a lot of you got it wrong. You see there is no barrier. That's a wrong answer. Why? Because there is no barrier. Wait at the crossroad. Why this is a wrong answer? Because it's not a crossroad. It's a level crossing. Farm vehicle is not for farm vehicle. This is tram. So give way to trams. Okay.
Which sign means that there may be people walking along the road?
Which sign means there may be people walking along the road? دې کې کوم ساين مونږ ته دا ښایي چې خلک په سړک کې را روان دي along the road. This is zebra crossing. This is no pedestrian. This is route for cyclist and pedestrian. And this is people walking along the road. People walking along the road.
What's the reason for traffic calming measures? To slow traffic down. To make parking easier. To stop road rage. To make overtaking easier.
What's the reason for traffic calming measures? په سړک باندې جمپونه د څه د وجې وي؟ Yeah, to slow traffic down. To slow traffic down. Guys, if any one of you did not subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm just going to show you the picture. That's my YouTube channel. So if any one of you did not follow me, did not subscribe, please do subscribe. دغه د YouTube channel دغه دی کو چا سبسکرایب کړی نه وي نو پلیز سبسکرایب وکړئ. دغه ویډیوګانې زه ټولې هلته اچوم، کولی شئ بیا هلته وګورئ. د څه دپاره وي په سړک باندې جمپونه؟ تر څو د موټر سپیډ راکم کړي. to slow traffic down. Okay, well